Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Grease Trap. Ruth Conda
Welcome.
forever.
Welcome to the Grease Trap. Yeah, Ruth Conda forever.
Ruth Conda!
Dude, did you guys see Jerry Nadler shit his pants?
Who's Jerry Nadler again?
Jerry Nadler is the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee and representative from the Southern District of New York.
Cool.
Did he really poop his pants?
I will leave it up to you guys to decide whether he pooped his pants.
Oh shit! Yeah, I want to see it.
I'm pretty sure he pooped his pants live on TV.
Dude,
But,
I love how old our
will,
politicians are getting, guys. Like our politicians have incontinence. You have like TJ, Paul. If you saw us on TJ's Twitter, but Nancy Pelosi, like she's on some fucking whatever MSNBC or whatever one of these shows, and she's like. She trails off and she's like, "Good morning," and the guy's like,
oh yeah,
like
she
what the fuck is going?"
Well, he asked her a question. He's like, "So what do you think about blah 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 blah?" And she's like, she pauses for like 3 seconds and is like, "Good morning," and you're like, did the Stepford fucking program just reboot or what? What happened?
He was like, well, he was talking about like arrows in her quill and shit, and he like. You're not taking that. Basically, he's like, asked about like, what's their strategies were going forward with this like Supreme Court shit. And it's like the middle of the interview. And she's just like, "Good morning. Sunday morning."
Yeah, and it cuts to him and he's like
trying.
What the fuck? Like, yeah, he doesn't want to acknowledge it. He's like, what the fuck is going on here?
He's just over there smiling, like, not knowing what to do, because, like, it's so fucking weird what she did.
Good
let me see if
morning.
I can find the fucking... Here it is. Let's just fucking play this shit.
Dude, everyone in charge of our country...
I'll wait for this one.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were doing
No, it's
that.
okay. Go ahead. We can watch that one, too.
Okay. Yeah, let me just...
Well, I've already got this one, so if you want... Oh, no.
I've got it, too. Here, I'll just...
Okay, cool.
Here.
Yeah, this is strange.
Streams. All right. I see a black screen.
Oh shit! Sorry. You ain't got it yet.
See it.
Oh, you see it? Let me
try and stop watching and then rewatch again and see if that pops it open for you.
All right. I have it in the quad view. That's fun. I have it in quad view. That's good.
That's cool.
So as soon as possible, 10 states, as I said, on Friday, started their early voting. The day that we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday.
Where am I? Where am I?
Huh?
All right, hold on. Let's hear that again. I know that it's the volume is really low for some reason, but
anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of.
I don't know.
So it just reboots the default programming of like, we have to protect the Constitution of the United States. We care deeply about the United States.
I will give her this. It was actually Sunday when she said that, so good for her. Recognizing
Nancy,
she got the day right. Pelosi, she really did. She got it right.
Pelosi knows what day of the week it is. That is, look, guys, I can't even say the same for you. There's been times where TJ's been like, is it Friday or Tuesday or I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she did a good job on that. She knew it was Sunday.
Give credit where credit's due. The fucking fact that a bunch of senile, old, fucking demented vampires are running the country. That's nothing to be concerned about. Don't worry, we're gonna be fine.
It's true. So here's my tweet, which I thought at least TJ would see it because I called him out by name in it, but I guess he's not tweeting as much recently.
Look at that. Look at that, son of a bitch. I did not shit my pants that one time.
This is what Amazing Atheist looked like when he was trying to leave the room after he shit his pants on the 24-hour episode. So you guys make up your own mind here, but this looks like the very, very recognizable butt cheek squeeze and shuffle. So here you go. It's up to you.
Work on this subject, not part of this package, but part of preserving our our democracy. With that, I'm
Oh,
pleased
yeah,
to introduce
dude.
Distinguished
He
Chairwoman
shit his pants.
Oh no, shit my pants.
Here we go. Let's watch it again.
work on this subject. Not part of this
Oh God, it's gonna fall down the pant leg. I gotta keep the booty cheeks squeezed.
With that, I'm pleased
Keep
to
them
introduce
squeezed. I love how the cameraman pans out to watch him do the poo shuffle.
but part of
Yeah.
preserving our-
He's like, wait, what's going on here?
With that, I'm pleased to yield to
He's like, this is more important than what fucking Nancy Pelosi is saying. Jerry Nadler might have just shat his pants.
part of preserving our.
Dude, there's no might about it. There's no other reason to walk that way.
Pleased to yield to the distinguished chairwoman.
I had a dude on my Twitter. You know, this guy's a Democrat or whatever, and he's like a hardcore Democrat. And he's like, Jerry Nadler has a number of health problems. He's diabetic, and people that are hypoglycemic can lose their balance and walk just like this. And I was like, yeah, you know, so can people who shit their pants.
Shitting your pants can be a medical issue too, you know?
Yeah. Maybe it's just part
Yeah.
of his medical issue.
Yeah. No one,
You know,
I
this
mean,
is-
who cares if like, look, if someone shits their pants or at least even acts like they shit their pants, I'm allowed to make fun of them. I don't give a fuck who it is. You got to be understanding about their health issues. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not. If you're a public figure and you shit your pants, you're gonna get made fun of. I'm sorry. If like I was on stage in front of 1,000 people and I was like, another thing, and I waddle off the stage and someone pulls out their smartphone and gets like, look at this jackass dumb motherfucker who shit his pants on stage. I expect Foley to be made fun of. This motherfucker's a public figure. Look at he's waddling off. Look at him.
he's definitely like, it's so recognizable because here's the thing. When you shit yourself, instinct kicks in. And the first thing that happens is your pelvis thrusts forward and your butt cheeks clench together, trying to hold back the torrent of shit so it doesn't get worse. But it's really hard to walk with your pelvis thrust forward, your butt cheeks completely flexed. And so all you can do is shuffle. You know what I mean? You have to walk very tiny steps, shuffle so that your butt cheeks don't open up and the torrent of, you know, lava diarrhea doesn't run down your leg and plop onto the stage, you know?
I'm sorry, Nancy. I shit my britches. I'll be right back.
sorry, Nancy, I gambled on a fart and I lost. It's time to go.
I had another tweet about that. I said, my fan theory on Representative Jerry Nadler's pants shitting. He was trying to cut a silent fart that he hoped would waft into the nostrils of Speaker Pelosi. He rolled snake eyes and paid the poopy pants price.
Yeah.
It happens, man. It happens.
And what can you do? I mean, sometimes you trust that fart. You know, he probably's like, you know what? Nancy Pelosi's here. I'm gonna rip one and make her fucking smell my disgusting fucking fart. And instead, he fucking ended up shitting his pants.
Dude,
Yeah.
it would have been funny if Nancy Pelosi had actually stopped whatever speech she was making and be like, did you just shit your pants?
Also, here's something that's really weird. There is an account called Jerry Nadler that has a blue check mark. You see it? It has a check mark.
Yeah.
And I actually accidentally used it, but you can see they've got his name in the triple brackets Jew thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, and when you go to it, it doesn't, like, I don't know. I don't know if this is his actual thing or if he's like doing that. Yeah, I guess it is his actual thing.
Yeah. It's so weird.
But why does is this him just like trying to self-appropriate?
I don't know.
The triple bracket Jew thing. Why's he got his name in triple brackets?
Yeah. That's
Is he a
weird.
Jew?
So I thought earlier that I'd accidentally like, you know, because it happens on Twitter. There's tons of people that try and appear that they are who you know,
Yeah.
so that people retweet them, and then it ends up being a bunch of racist shit. But now looking at it, Guardians of the Markyverse, New York delegation. This looks like shit that Nadler would be supporting, and it's got the Twitter label of U.S. House candidate.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
why is he?
Yeah.
Why this though? Why the?
I
why the
mean,
triple
he
bracket?
is a Jew. I don't know, dude. I mean, usually you don't see Jews self-applying the weird parentheses or whatever. But
Yeah, whatever. So I guess I wasn't wrong to tag him there.
yeah. I wonder if I'm in his Wikipedia right now, but I don't see anything about his pants shitting issue. That definitely should be added.
Oh, that needs to be edited in immediately. On what is today? September fucking
4th.
On September 24th, 2020, Jerry Nadler, while standing next to the podium of Nancy Pelosi during a press briefing, shat his pants full and awkwardly waddled off stage. That needs to be under his like scandals and trivia section or whatever the fuck, you know. Oh, you're muted, Scotty.
Unmute, Scotty.
We heard the fart though.
You heard well, as long as you guys heard the fart, I'm happy with that. I
We
was
heard
just
the
saying.
fart.
I was just saying he must have just done this. I'm sorry. Let me just waddle away now.
I think he was trying to fucking blow one at her. I think he was trying to gas her. You know what I mean? Like I think he was trying to like do one of those like open butt cheeks kind of like farts. Have you ever had one that sounds like that where it's like
Yeah.
I think he was trying to do one of those, but there was a little bit of last night's fucking dinner on deck and he didn't realize it, and whoopsie daisy, you know what I mean? Everybody's done it. See, that's the thing, is like every person on that stage, not just Jerry Nadler, has shat their pants at some point accidentally. It's just a human fucking thing. We all do it. There are people out there that claim that they've never done it. Those people are lying sacks of shit. All right. Human beings, you may not have fully shit your pants. I've never like taken a full crap in my pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've definitely squirted a little fucking brown matter into my shorts when I thought it was a fart. You know what I mean?
Little Hershey squirt.
Dude, nothing in my mind though beats the TJ like thinking he's farting and he shits in the shower, dude.
Yeah.
I just don't know how. Like, because I can understand. Like, I'm not thinking Nadler filled his fucking pants or anything. I mean, I'm doubting that. I mean,
it looks like he engaged emergency protocols quick enough to maybe stop the torrent, but he definitely got off stage just in case he wasn't able to hold it back and something started leaking out the pants leg. You know, he wanted to be out of the shot. But it looks like he was able to engage Protocol Z, you know what I mean, and clench the butt cheeks and do the waddle shuffle, you know what I mean, and get out of the public eye.
Did you remember that Johnny the Homicidal Maniac comic where the guy goes on a date and he shits his pants?
Yeah.
But he's like, "Oh, the date's perfect. I can't ruin it." And then he like ends up creating this fiction. He's like, "Oh my god, someone put shit in my pants!" And he runs out, shit leaking everywhere. he could have pulled that one. Now there could have been like, "Oh my god, Donald Trump put shit in my pants! Ah, I gotta go."
Who put this shit in here?
Who did this?
What the hell? Oh my god! The Republicans done put shit in my pants.
I didn't shit my britches. Donald Trump did.
As if McConnell. Speaker Pelosi, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but as if Donald Trump could not go any lower, while you were speaking, he somehow snuck in here and shit in my pants. Oh, God. You know what the funny thing is to me? And see, this is what my mind does. And TJ and Scotty, you know this about me. Like when I see something like this, I can't just go and then be like done with it. You know what I mean? This has got me thinking of all of like, how many public officials have shat their pants while standing in front of a crowd of people in the history of not only the United States, but the world?
And how many of them just fucking, what were their various reactions to it too? Like how many just like maybe Lincoln fucking shit his pants during the Gettysburg Address and he's just like, fuck it. Nope. We got to fucking plow on.
Maybe that's why it was so brilliant. Like,
Maybe
that's why his delivery was so brilliant, because the fucking pain that he was having holding back the shit, trying to hold back the liquid torrent of lava shit that he was, he was holding back.
Oh yeah, and at the time too, it was considered too short a speech, so maybe he cut it short.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's so well remembered, is because the emotion that he displayed was misconstrued for the fucking like absolute terror of thinking you're about to crap your pants full.
All right, guys, I actually looked up online. Leaders poop their pants, and the first thing that came up was Nadler did come up, but before that, they have Australia's prime minister has a pants shitting problem.
What? Like it's frequent?
Has
I'll,
he shit his pants multiple times?
I'll share with you guys. I'll share with you guys. You guys can pull it up if you want. It's in the chat.
Okay, I'll pull it up.
I
I
guess
should have
it's recent. It says, did the right-wing leader really pull all over himself at a suburban McDonald's in 1997? Search your heart, and you will know it's true.
Search your feelings. Well, give me a sec here. Let me.
I think I
paste
got it.
over into good old Chrome.
Come on.
You got it there, Teach.
Go, motherfucker. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, I guess there's a video. I'm trying to find out if there's any like.
Yeah, is there a video on here? Is this a video of it? I don't know. I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. There might be a video of it. I'm guessing. Let's see.
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now. I mean, is this the video or what is this?
Yeah, we can't. Stop sharing your screen. It sucks.
Okay.
Here, I'll try mine. I've got the video up on mine. We'll see if that works any better or not. Let us see. All right, you guys see it here?
Yeah.
I'll play the video, see what happens. What happened? The people deserve to know.
This looks pretty recent, so I'm assuming this guy's maybe going up there to.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What happened here? Hold on. What were we supposed to see there?
Yeah. What's going on?
Now I'm on the fucking goddamn. Now I'm on the Instagram where I can't full screen it. Why would I want to go? Why would I want to go there? Okay. I don't want to watch again on Instagram. Let me just reload the page. Okay, so apparently we're supposed to see something on this Macca's pull through. What happened? See, turd wrangler. Okay, so what are we missing here?
Is it just the fucking sign of him with his fucking with 1997 printed on it? Like,
Okay, so I'm pulling here for this this is from the article. Before politics, Morrison was an ad man. He won a supposedly unwinnable election by turning it into a one-man marketing exercise, while he constructed and maintained a simulacrum of himself that could thrive in the world's steady descent into neo-fascist hell. Another version of the ScoMo metastasized on the internet. One in which a younger Scott Morrison, driving back from a football game one night in 1997, explosively shit his pants at a McDonald's in the southern Sydney suburb of Engadine? I don't know. I'm sure I'm butchering that.
Indigene Maka's 1997 has resonated because it
Engadine.
pins something vital about Morrison's character. A marketing executive disguised as a sitcom dad. Fakeness oozes from him. So this is not. He didn't shit his pants on TV.
Yeah. Fuck
That's
that,
what I'm
dude.
saying, man. Like, I wish I could go back and watch the Roman emperors shit their pants on TV. You know what I mean? Because I know it happened. I know that like fucking Nero probably shat his pants while he was giving a fucking dissertation at a symposium or some shit. You know. I know it's happened. I bet Obama shat his pants at some point during the presidency. Think about his reaction. Oh boy. Sorry about that, folks. I'm going to need to take a quick little break.
yeah.
Be with you in one moment. And then he does the booty shuffle. You know what I mean? And probably looks cool doing it. And everybody's like, man, that's the coolest pants shitting I ever saw.
Wow.
Obama even makes pants shitting look cool.
I shit my pants.
What's the worst you've ever shit your pants, TJ? Can you remember? Like the worst one that was the hardest to cover up and the hardest to fucking clean up and shit.
Let me think. I'm trying to think if I've ever like highly publicly had that issue, like somewhere where it was like really inconvenient and I had to like run off.
I mean, I don't even care about that. I'm talking about like even in private. What is the grossest, most egregious, apocalyptic pants shitting that's happened to you?
I feel like I had the flu, and there was like, I was home, so it wasn't like a situation I had to escape. But I remember I had the flu and I was dressed, but I farted and
I farted in my diaper and some poop came out.
Yeah, I
farted in my
I pooted, Paul. And there was this nasty fucking green shit.
Oh.
Because I was sick. So it was
Right.
like the shit was like not formed properly, and it was like there was like greenness to it. It was like a big green, disgusting shit. And that was probably the grossest. And then I kept fucking, I had to like basically like live on the toilet for the rest of that day. Cause like I couldn't fucking be trusted to not be on the toilet. Cause it was just like constant, like every time there was like even the slightest fart, it was like poof, big torrent of green shit came out.
My worst one was when I was sick too, but mine is even worse because other people had to be involved in it. I got mononucleosis real bad and was in bed for basically 2 weeks, and my stepmom and girlfriend at the time took care of me. I don't have any memories of that time. I was running such a high fever that it's all just like a fever dream to me. The one memory I have is really gross. My bed at my dad's old house where I was staying, because I was a teenager at the time, I was 16, 17, something like that, was pushed up against the fucking corner of my room. And I remember waking up at some point and needing to cough. And I went, and this huge glob of like yellow brown phlegm just like splattered on the wall. And I was so sick and exhausted, I couldn't like bring myself to clean it up. So I guess my mom or my stepmom or fucking girlfriend got that one. But the worst part of it is that I both pissed and shit myself in the bed.
Oh no, dude! You pissed and shit yourself in the bed. Oh,
God
dude,
damn, shit the bed.
I was out of it, dude. I was completely fucking out of it to the point where my body.
Oh god.
I was just saying, my body just released everything while I was sleeping. And they had to fucking get me out of bed. I have vague memories of them loading me up into the shower and stripping my bed of, you know, all the bed clothes and shit, and fixing it up so I could get back in it. And then after that, I have vague memories of them waking me up, you know, once or twice a day to walk me to the bathroom so that I could shit and piss. Pretty fucking harsh.
Yeah, after you shit the bed, they're probably just like, yeah, Paul, we're gonna have to wake you up. No matter how sick you are, you've got to go fucking piss and shit.
I mean, yeah, I don't remember any of it, but you know,
that's crazy,
thanks
man.
to them.
You must have had some crazy ass mono, because I've definitely heard people like, the main thing I heard from a lot of people with getting mono is that they just get super tired. Like they get.
Well, that's like, what it was. That I just had horrible case of it.
That sucks, man. Yeah, dude, I remember pissing in the bed when I was a little kid, because I would always be like, I'd have to pee before bed, but I'm like, I'm so tired though, it'll be okay. Then after I did like maybe fucking 5 or 10 times, it was like, you need to get up and use the bathroom. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. The worst I had was kind of like TJ's. It was nothing. It doesn't compare with yours, Paul. It was just like I had like a fucking stomach ache or a stomach flu or something. And I was at my mom's house. I was like rolling about a bed. I got to fart. Maybe it's just gas and I'll feel better. And it was like, and then it was like, oh no. And then there was like a turd in my pants. It wasn't like, but it wasn't actually a fully formed one. It was just like nasty kind of diarrhea, like, you know, probably about that big. I was like, okay. So I took the underwear and I threw those underwear in the trash. Like I buried them down so no one saw the shame. I was like, then I fucking took a shower and just tried to forget about ever done that. But I haven't really
standard practice for me when I squirt into some underwear. Typically, it's those underwear's last day. You know what I mean? They get bundled up in like a trash bag of their own and put at the bottom of like whatever trash can outside.
Yep. You have retired, underwear. You have retired.
Yep. Thank you for your years of faithful service, but today, unfortunately, you took a blow that you shan't recover from.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing. I don't shit my pants often because of that. Like, I remember that one time of having done it. Like, I'm sure I've done it more than that. Like, maybe minor ones. But, like, I'm like if I have any doubt about a fart, I'm just not going to fart. Because I'm like, no, I've already been there. We've already been in this fucking territory. Like, I am not fucking shitting my pants again. I'm sure as I get older, I'll probably do it more anyways. But
never trust a fart.
It's been a long time since I did anything that I would call shitting my pants. I've gotten pretty good at like, because I always feel a fart out. Like that's something I used to not do. I used to feel the rumblings of a fart and just immediately apply the pressure to push it out. You know what I mean? In my old age, I've learned to assess a fart. I listen to the bubble guts and I see if there's any mishmash going on in there, any mashed potatoes. If it sounds gurgly, that you don't do it, because that just means that all that gas right in your colon just moved through some liquidy shit.
Oh,
You know what I
dude,
mean?
and by doing that, I bet you've caught it too. Like you've had times like I'm gonna fart, then you're like, wait a minute, and you fucking hold up on that. Like, oh no, shit! If I do that, I'm shitting my pants.
I used to try and like release it all in a big loud like boom, like you know what I mean? And that feels really good to like let a whole fart out at once. And every once in a while, when I'm absolutely sure that's all there's going on, I'll do that. But most of my farts now, I kind of let them squeak out because it's like a testing ground. It's like, I'll lift one butt cheek and I'll go like, and then when I'm sure that there's no shit with it, I'll go, and just let the rest of it out. It sucks because one of the great manly pleasures in life, along with pissing outdoors, is just releasing a giant booming fucking fart into the
Release
world,
the Kraken, yeah.
I miss those. I miss the farts that like are even louder than you think they're going to be, and then that go on way longer than you think they're going to. But I'm telling you, those are the farts that end up with pants shitting. So you got to mitigate it, You got to give up a little bit of your pleasure to save yourself some pain.
Save yourself some pants.
I was listening to Derek Jensen the other day, and I've told you guys he's kind of a TERF.
Yeah.
He's an anti-postmodernist kind of TERF. And he was talking about how like the modern feminist, like woke kind of side of feminism is an example that can be a direct parallel can be drawn between their, on the extreme end, sometimes defense of pedophilia and blah, 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 blah. A line can be drawn directly from that to the type of behavior that led to the ecological collapse. He says it's all part of the same thing. The idea that there can be no limitations on personal behavior. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he claims, at least in his mind, that's, the reason why the planet is dying, because human beings, at least for the last 80 or 90 years have known that we're fucking the environment up, but we don't do anything about it. We just keep doing more, because there can't be any personal limitations. And he says that that's kind of the same thing as feminism. And I was like, man, I hate agreeing with 50% of you, Derek Jensen. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't really.
I think there is a certain point. I think the point he's driving at is not necessarily a bad point, because there is definitely a sort of like, there is a sort of mentality of like, I'm, don't put no restrictions on me. I can do whatever I want. You see it reflect. You can see that reflected in some feminists, I'd imagine. You could probably see it. You could definitely see it reflected in some like very libertarian leaning right wingers and shit, you know, where it's almost like, I think that where you draw the line with that kind of stuff is like, I always like been fond of that quote about how like your right to throw punches ends where someone else's face begins. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that like when it comes to the environment, I don't think that people necessarily have the right to do that, but they feel like they have the right to do it. And I think it's because strange. Like it's not as immediate as a punch. When you punch nature, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you don't immediately see that reaction because it's cumulative. It builds up over time and stuff. And so everyone feels blameless, even if they're constantly contributing to it,
Because what happened to nature is not the result of a punch. It's a result of 1,000 million punches over the course of 1,000 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
we've been living out of balance with our natural environment for at least 1,000 years. I mean, Rome was a fetid fucking shithole with sewage running in the streets, and they denuded the landscape around Rome of any kind of fucking wildlife, any kind of native fucking plant species. You know what I mean? We've been like, civilization is really his big villain.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I had a hard time with that because I feel like he like so many other kind of anti-SJW types who are still around do. I feel like he wants to lump, because he himself calls himself a feminist.
Right.
He's just like
but he's
a
like
second
first wave or
feminist
second
whatever.
wave or something. Yeah.
Right. Right. And he kind of equates third wave feminism and postmodernism. He kind of makes them synonymous. And
Well, so does Jordan Peterson. Like, that's a pretty popular thing to do.
right.
And
And he claims that it's the same. It's basically the same human impulse. It's this idea that there should be no limitations on my behavior, no matter what the repercussions are to my environment or the other people around me. My life is my life, and I'm allowed to express myself. And he's obviously not a guy that's against freedom of speech, but he says that in order for people to live in equilibrium with one another and their environment, they have to acknowledge that there have to be some limitations on their personal behavior.
I mean, I think that's true. I mean, I think the problem with it is that he's trying to consolidate all of his enemies into basically one impulse for the sake of convenience, and I think it's way more complicated than that. But
I mean,
I generally
isn't it true though.
I generally agree with the thesis. I mean, like, yeah, but he's pushed it to the point of vagueness where, like, you could apply it to.
This was in response to an interview question where
Right,
there were
that's true.
80 other questions, and it was a summarization of his thoughts on it. He's currently writing 2 books, which he says both address this issue in some way, shape, or form. So I'll be interested to read those when they hit.
Well,
hopefully they do.
But I mean, I generally agree. I mean, like, obviously individual freedom. There have to be. I guess there don't have to be, but in my reckoning, there needs to be limitations for the sake of, you obviously don't want to give people the right to harm one another, and harming the environment is an extension of harming one another,
right?
And all other life on the planet. And
if you talk about people too that like have had shitty 2020s, dude, Derek Jensen has had a fucking shitty 2020.
Why?
So at the end of 1999, his mother was diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
He was her sole caregiver. She died 6 months into 2020.
Mm-hmm.
A month later, he was rushed to the hospital for emergency open heart surgery, and he's currently recovering from that.
Right.
One of his dogs died during his recovery from open heart surgery, and 2 of his publishers dropped him this year.
Wow.
So he's been getting horse fucked. 2020 is not missing anybody. Even Derek Jensen up in his log cabin is feeling the fucking fire.
Yeah. Damn, yeah, that's a run of bad luck for sure.
Crazy how you liberals want to give all our freedoms away. Freedom to rape the planet. Freedom to kill people. You guys watch football ever? You guys ever watch a little game of football?
Occasionally. I mean, I guess occasionally I will, yeah.
Yeah. Do football players get hurt?
Yep.
They do.
Yeah. You guys don't seem to have a problem with that, do you?
I kind of do.
Kind of do, Paul?
Yeah. I
mean, didn't stop you from getting drunk and going to those games, getting rowdy, did it, Paul?
I wasn't aware when I was younger that the people that were engaged in football had horrible neurological consequences in their middle age because of it. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that they had pads and helmets and shit for that shit. And I didn't realize that they were giving each other concussions every time they fucking snapped the ball. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what. You might say it's a bad thing, Paul, but that's freedom for you. Freedom. The price you're going to have to pay. You want the government telling you everything you need to do, Paul? Hey, Paul, shit your pants, but you know what? You're out of government-issued underwear. Too damn bad. Just have to go commando, huh?
I'm actually like a firm advocate for the abolition of, like, maybe not the abolition. They can keep football around, but I got to tell you, if they do my plan, nobody's going to be watching football. Bringing back the Roman Coliseum, dude. Allowing, because, like, look, I feel like that one of the problems we face, not the only problem we face, but one of the problems we face is that there's a lot of unchanneled fucking anger in the Western world, especially in the United States. We stuff it, we sit on it like an egg, and we're always looking for an outlet for it. And right now, that outlet is like each other. And there are some people on the extreme fringes on both sides of the political duopoly who are violent fucks, who are out there looking to fucking beat some motherfuckers up. So let's just sanction it. Let's let these motherfuckers go through psychological tests to ensure that they're of sound mind and body, sign a fucking waiver saying I'm willing to go into combat with my ideological opponent, and let some of this bloodlust that seems to be building on both sides of this play itself out in the arena as entertainment. Here's the avatar for the left. You know, here's the avatar for the right. Choose your weapons. You know?
Weapons will be randomly drawn. Oh, dude, you know you can have drops too. You can have different drops into the thing, like America, vote now. Who will get the sword drop into the battle?
Oh yeah, you can have America vote on like traps being like if enough votes are passed, a trap is activated underneath them that spews fire for a second, so it just singes them. You know what I mean, or scorches them.
Oh no, the Team Liberal. The Conservatives have gotten more votes around a tiger trap. Oh, and they lose, and one liberal is gone. Oh, look at the tiger 9 on his head. Oh, that's insane. Oh, his guts are everywhere.
Oh, Jerry Nadler just used his shit bomb attack. No!
I wouldn't want to see these old.
Never underestimate Jerry Nadler.
I'm talking about these like fucking yoked up fucking MAGA dudes with like traps for days, and their fucking veins on their neck are just bulging out, and they have this look in their eyes like their most fervent desire in life is to choke the life out of as many blue-haired liberals as they can get their hands on, you know. And then the other side of this, these Antifa fucks that got the crazy eyes that are just waiting for somebody in a MAGA hat to walk by so they can bust a fucking bottle of fucking kombucha over their head or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, these people exist, like, in pretty fucking shocking and alarming numbers on both sides of the political aisle. So why not channel all that fucking anger and rage into something we can all fucking enjoy? You know what I mean?
I thought they already were.
What? Like what? Politics?
No, and just like the street war, man.
See, that's fucked
I keep waiting for it. I keep waiting. Yeah, I don't need it to be sanctioned. I think it's more fun on the street. I want to see these motherfuckers.
I would rather see some fucking Proud Boy, yoked up fucking neo-Nazi dude, shirtless in a fucking loincloth, brandishing a two-handed Highlander Scottish sword or some shit, right?
Yeah, like a big claymore. Yeah.
Versus some little blue-haired fucking Chinese chick with a fucking hammer and sickle on her face mask, brandishing 2 daggers. You know what I mean? And that filmed from all kinds of angles in 8K. I'd rather see that than the fucking shitty, wobbly cell phone footage we get out of the street war. You know what I mean?
We just need better cameramen on the streets is what it really boils down to.
Let me tell you 99% of the time what that outcome is going to be. She's going to be cleaved in 2 because, like, I forget the name of this, but the Renaissance Fest around here, they basically have a tournament thing, and it's not gender-based. It's just whoever goes up enters. So there's tons of times that women fight men, and the overwhelming majority of the time, the men just pummel the women. Like, there's no other way to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, when it comes down to strength versus strength, but I'm telling you, man, you get your top-trained motherfuckers in. There's the dude.
Well,
you remember the Hitman shit we covered? You remember what her name was? Natasha Nostrakova or some shit like that?
Yeah.
That bitch killed hundreds of men in single combat. That bitch got dragged to death because somebody tried to steal her car, and she wouldn't let go of it because she was going to kill the motherfucker inside of there if he didn't kill her first. So there are some women out there, I don't care who you put them up against, they're going to fucking cut a man up.
Cut them up.
You know, maybe, you know, whatever. We can do a fucking league if you want to be fucking misogynist about it. We can have a women's league where like a MAGA Karen comes in wielding a fucking, you know.
No, I think we gotta fucking no. Nah, it's gotta be a free for all. I want to see him just do battle.
So you guys are not being creative enough. You're just like saying, you know, like you have to build it up like a WWE feud. You have to have different obstacles. You have to build the arena up with like different things. You know, you could be like, you know, this is like, we now take you back to 1983 or whatever, like the fall of the Berlin Wall. Like the bootleggers come on the side, if they want to keep the wall up, can the wall stand? and the Liberals are trying to knock the wall down and shit. You know what I mean? Like you have shit like that go on. You gotta
Of
make it like
course, yeah.
super interesting.
I mean, you definitely take just like obviously the inspiration for this is the Roman games, you know, and they used to do that, reenacting battles and implying battles that never happened. Like, what would happen if Titus the Gaul met our own armies? You know, like, yeah, we just take that and translate it to modern politics. You know what I mean? We'd even settle some of the like like left and right conflict. Like, you know, here's a tanky who believes that we should all revolt now against a harm reduction voter who believes that electoralism will lead us to a slow but sure destiny as leftists. Who will prevail tonight in the arena? I just want to be the announcer.
Yeah, Paul's just like, leave me out of it. I'm just gonna announce stuff.
I'm too old and busted to fight. I don't have the bloodlust.
When Paul's ratings drop, we'll insert TJ in there or whatever. Like, good evening. Paul, Paul Parkey, one of the announcers of this game, has been found guilty of treason against this country, will now compete in the games.
Oh, no.
Please, don't let me get hurt. Paul will
standing
fight.
there in a soiled diaper with shit running down my leg.
Dude,
shaking like a leaf.
They have some like 6'6" like mountain of a man. You just get to fight like you get to fight the dude who's the mountain from Game of Thrones. Give him a giant claymore. Who will win tonight's epic battle?
Dude, you know what? This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I find myself thinking about this more and more, and it's totally a fucking stupid thing. It doesn't really matter at all. But the premise of Scooby-Doo as a show does not make sense.
Why?
Because
keep in mind that this is a children's show.
Yeah, I know. That's why it doesn't really matter. But
nah, dude, it makes total sense.
All these dudes, they fucking dress up as ghosts to scare people away from like whatever crime they're committing. Usually it's like they're counterfeiting money, or they found like some jewels they don't want to share with anybody, or whatever the fuck.
Or they're gonna rob a bank,
or some shit,
art
like
gallery or some shit.
Yeah, it's like they're scaring them. They're trying to scare, but like ghosts do not scare people away. Ghosts attract people. Like people go specifically to go, like, oh wow, this place is haunted. We got to check it out. So that's just a dumb fucking idea.
TJ, they're not always ghosts. Sometimes they're monsters and shit.
Well, but even when they're monsters, they always call them ghosts anyway. Like, even if it's just like a giant sludge monster, they still call it a ghost in Scooby-Doo.
All right, TJ, but you know what? Here's why. Because back in the day, people were rightfully afraid of ghosts. Now people are so dumb, they're like, I want to meet the ghost. That's the difference.
But even
the culture changed.
But even back then, all having a ghost did was attract the fucking mystery fucking squad anyway. Like, and then like you figure like eventually people fucking put together, like if you fucking pretend to be a ghost, you're just gonna fucking attract these fucking teenagers and this stupid dog, and they're gonna thwart your shit like they always do. So like, learn a lesson, you know what I mean?
I mean, word probably didn't spread as fast back then, TJ. Well, there wasn't like the internet. They weren't going to like the fucking villains forum. Like, by the way, if you're thinking about this scheme, totally won't work.
Don't work, man.
Watch out for these meddling kids. They broke up my ghost bank robbery scheme last month, and I'm sitting in prison right now. LOL.
I just love how everybody in the fucking Scooby-Doo universe too, like, comes up with that plan. It's like, fuck, I found these diamonds, but I don't want to share them with nobody. I know. I'll dress as a fucking ghost and scare everybody away. I love the logic there. Just recurs over and over again.
I mean, it almost works. They almost get away with it every fucking time, TJ.
Almost. If it weren't for you fucking meddling kids and your stupid fucking dog. Oh,
I'll tell you what, though. What?
I just hear fucking lawn shit happening now.
Did you guys ever see the movie? Back to the gladiatorial thing. You guys ever see the movie Gamer?
Yeah, that movie sucks.
See, that's why I have no hope for like people like we can do like a technological one. Like, no, we saw Gamer, dude. I'm pretty much convinced that would suck.
Gerard Butler sucked.
I didn't watch Gamer because I couldn't bring myself to watch a movie called Gamer.
Yeah,
I hate the term gamer. I hate people that self-identify as gamers, and so that was like a giant flag waving in my face saying, "Don't
I am a
see this movie."
gamer.
The flag was right. It's not. It's a terrible movie.
Michael C. Hall is like one of the worst villains I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, he was awful in that. He was terrible. It was like
Gamer.
Michael C. Hall was like he was like trying to play like a Southern Elon Musk who was evil or something. I don't even know what the fuck that role
Some
was.
evil Southern tech company, dude. Imagine if like the Southern gentleman was basically the owner of a tech company. Like, here at Evil Corp, we build machines that destroy the world.
It's like, what is this character, dude? This is awful.
I hate movies with video games as the central premise because they literally are all the same. They all boil down to, but what if Bibio game is real? That's the basic premise of every video game movie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
so dumb.
Have you guys seen Ready Player One?
No,
dude, no.
Yeah.
You know what happened? So here's what happened to me. I've told you before, but like I fucking sat down and tried to watch it, and the literal first 10 or 15 minutes of the movie was just
Garbage, dude.
It literally was nothing but exposition. It was literally like they fucking felt like they needed to give me a fucking 15-minute crash course in the world.
This is the world.
Yeah, that I was about to fucking be immersed in, and I was like, fuck this. If you like, when did Steven Spielberg become such a shitty filmmaker that he fucking succumbed to the philosophy of tell, don't show? It's like, this is bullshit. I don't want to watch this garbage. Get this the fuck out of here.
Yep.
So I didn't watch it.
I hate it when movies do that. I really hate it.
Remember Suicide Squad did that to us. Remember that?
Yes. But even more than I hate the initial burst of conversational exposition, I hate, you know what my biggest fucking bugaboo is? I hate the unnecessary intro exposition. You know what I mean? The monologue that happens over some footage of where the movie takes place.
That's what Ready Player One does for 10 fucking minutes, dude. No shit, 10 minutes. A giant monologue about everything that's like, here's the socioeconomic dynamics of the world. It's like, what the fuck?
Show me that.
This is ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. Dude,
it's the year 2193.
Paul, don't people.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch the movie, but you should go fucking just watch the beginning.
Paul,
because you won't believe it. You literally will not believe it. You'll be dumbfounded by the way that movie opens.
I won't make it through it. Like I can barely sit through the like 30 to 90 second burst of intro monologue exposition that you see pretty regularly in films. Like I almost turn it off during that. I couldn't make it 10 minutes. No fucking way, dude. I feel like I'm a toddler being walked through something that I understand better than the people that made this movie.
Yeah, and I mean, like, dude, I guess that if a movie wants to open with like the Star Wars crawl worth of like shit, like, I guess I can accept that. Like, if they just want to like give me like a real brief, like, the year's 2079. I mean, even that I don't really see as necessary, but like, I guess I could tolerate it. But like, do not give me a giant block of exposition. There's nothing that's gonna bore me more. There's nothing that's gonna like.
You've heard the Blade Runner opening monologue that they forced Harrison Ford at gunpoint to do on the video release.
And what a passionate read he had too.
The year is 2039. I'm a Blade Runner. I hunt synthetic humans that we call, you know what I mean? It's just like he's half asleep. You know what other movie fucking does it and was forced to do it that we just talked about in an episode recently that people that are watching this probably won't see for a month?
Yeah, what?
Dark City.
Yeah.
It's so fucking lame. It's Kiefer Sutherland with his weird fucking affectation that he put on for Dr. Schreiber in that movie. He's like, in the beginning, there was nothing but darkness. Then came the strangers. They are an alien species, a hive mind. They study us, humans, trying to find out the essence of our individuality, our souls. My name is Dr. Schreiber. I help the strangers in their experiments. You know, and it's just like, oh my God. If you just mute the movie during that, you learn about half of that while the movie is crawling in. And the other half you learn in the next 15 minutes of the movie because it shows it to you.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Dude, I mean, like, Suicide Squad, every single one of those characters, instead of actually, like, establishing them, it just literally explains them. Like, here's this character. Like, they literally go through the conceit of, like, reading the files on these characters and just, like, describing, like, their attributes and their personalities and everything. Like, here's, you know, whatever. And that goes on for, like, 15 minutes.
Killer Croc was one of the most dangerous men on the planet. Half man, half crocodile, all amphibian and teeth and muscle. Watch out for this guy. Harley Quinn, the loyal toady to the Joker. You know, it's just like, oh my God, please stop.
Ugh. Trying to think of another movie that has like just a giant block of exposition like that. It's even worse. It's even worse sometimes when they try to like work it into character dialogue and then the character, like there's certain movies where the characters do nothing but spout exposition. Like I haven't actually sat down and watched the whole thing because it's a fucking abomination, but that M. Night Shyamalan Avatar movie, like his Avatar: The Last Airbender fucking movie that he tried to make, I don't know,
I watched it
10 years ago or something. My understanding is that the characters literally do nothing but fucking spout exposition.
They do. It's like and you got to understand, I've never even seen Avatar. Like I haven't seen the
show,
cartoon. Right? So I went in it blind, and basically I feel like the movie was made for people like me who knew nothing about it and didn't have time to catch up because, you know what I mean? I don't know. The show's probably got like 80 episodes or something that it establishes all this shit. So basically it hits fast forward from what I understand on the journey of Ong, because he goes to all these different lands, right? And each land has a different ruler that he's got to fucking, you know, bargain with and yada, yada, yada. And every time it happens so fast in the movie, he'll be in a new land 15 minutes and then that'll be wrapped up and he'll go to a new land and you get this burst of 5 minutes worth of exposition explaining the geopolitical place that fucking nation stands in and whether they're good guys or bad guys and what they specialize in. And all of it is shown to you. Like as soon as Ong arrives at these places, you can derive the politics of the place from the first few conversations that he has that are non-exposition.
That's another thing. Just, I noticed you keep saying Ong, and that's how it was pronounced in the movie. So I don't blame you for that. But that's another thing. Is like even the pronunciations of the characters' names is wrong because in the show he's
Oh really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but in the movie Ong, and that really drove fans crazy on top of everything else. Although that's a pretty minor. Like if they'd done something right and just changed that, it'd be like, well, that's a little weird, but whatever. But
yeah, I did not know that.
Basically,
the
movie is just like a fucking, as far as I can tell, because I have not watched it. I've seen a lot of reviews of it, but as far as I can tell, it's just a synopsis of the first season of the show.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
like,
true or not.
Almost like a Wikipedia. It's almost like an adaptation of the Wikipedia summary of the first season of the show, from what I could tell.
It's like a cock tease of a movie, in my opinion, because I don't know like I said, I don't know anything about the characters, and I don't really care about the show, so I didn't go into it expecting anything. But what I did see was like a lot of insinuations of some potentially cool scenes, like I don't know what they're called, but the Earthamancers or whatever.
Yeah.
They can pull big boulders up out of the ground and fling them at each other, and you see them do it a couple of times, but it's never enough. Like you want to see like some big kind of spectacle action scene where the fire weavers or whatever they're called are flinging the fire and the water weavers are weaving the, you know, putting out the fires. You get to see a little bit of it, but it's just these tiny little bursts of the coolness of the movie, and then most of it's just dialogue between characters you don't care about, you know?
Right.
Dude, I'll tell you the worst exposition shit ever. And I mean, like, we all probably like this at some point, is kid shows. If you watch a kid show, it is just like everything. Like, we must go to this land to get this object. Well, they will do this thing. They will unlock this puzzle. But, oh, then this person's going to be kidnapped. And then it's like, that all happened. And then all the characters like, what happened? Well, let me tell you what just happened last episode. This character went to this land to get this object, and then they were kidnapped. So then we have to get, like, that's the entire show is basically exposition followed by an event, followed by
Dude.
them discussing the event. Ad
Well, you know
nauseam
what?
with,
In the
like,
case of
Weavers,
in the
Weavers
case of-
isn't the right thing, right?
It's
Is
Bender.
it Bender?
It's all-
Benders?
yeah,
Okay.
Firebender,
That
water
didn't-
bender, earth. It's just a bender.
Okay,
but
got
the
it.
the
the,
Earthbenders are so lame in that movie, dude. It's a joke.
dude.
Well, I
Well,
liked
look, I'm
the-
going to tell you that in the cartoon it's not all exposition like that. That was it took a movie that was supposedly made for I guess not adults, but you know, like that was when that fucking came in the equation.
I will say this in the case of The Last Airbender, I'm not some huge fan of it or anything, but like, yes, I agree with you. It's like they took a show that was way more nuanced, way more thoughtful characters in that, and made them into like expository shells of themselves.
I'll tell you
Hey,
what,
TJ,
too, Paul.
TJ,
Yeah.
hold on before you go on. Pop out the call and pop back in.
All right, I will. Da 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 da. Stop showing me this. I don't have time to answer that. Get the fuck lost.
Center for Cynics, the Shyamalan in reverse shit.
Oh yeah.
That movie is what killed it. I got to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I could like that was when I decided that I didn't want to.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I'm sorry. Am I coming in better now?
No. Yeah. You're better.
Oh, the only thing I wanted to say is that, in that fucking show, and I mean, I hate to be one of these like in the show people or whatever, because I understand things have to be adapted and all that, but like it's just such a bad adaptation. I have to fucking say this kind of shit. But like a fucking someone like an Earthbender in the fucking show could literally like summon up like giant boulders and shit, and like they literally can fucking manipulate the element of Earth to their will. And in the movie, it's like they got to do this crazy fucking bullshit dance to do any fucking move.
To throw one small,
and then it's like they lift up
thing.
like a little tiny rock like this big, and it takes like 5 dudes. It's like ridiculous. It's like they're so underpowered. It's like what you have
all of the benders have to do that. Is that not in the cartoon?
It is, but it's like to do a bending move in the cartoon. It's like you might be able to go like and like do something crazy. You know what I mean? In this in the fucking movie, it's like they got to do like 15 steps to like even get like a little rock to jiggle. It's like what the fuck? Why would you make the characters less powerful in the movie when you have the big screen and you want like really have the ability to show a spectacle? It's like just like
I mean
the dearth of imagination where you're just like, I don't want to show someone anything spectacular. I just want to like downplay this shit. It's like, why are you downplaying the powers? That doesn't make any sense.
Explains to me why I felt so cock-teased by the movie's insinuation that there's different tribes of people that can control the elements, but being so underwhelmed by them actually clashing with one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they down like it basically be like the equivalent of like M. Night Shyamalan, like I'm going to adapt Superman, and then all of a sudden Superman's just like a normal dude that's like slightly stronger than average or something, you know, and you're like, this isn't Superman.
Well, he already did that. Called Unbreakable.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was actually a pretty cool movie, but
no, it's a great movie. But I mean, that's basically the premise. He's not quite Superman, but he's stronger than an average man. You know?
Yeah, but that was a cool movie. I don't know. It just.
Have you seen Glass? Is it good or not?
Glass. No, I didn't see Glass yet.
So the last Shyamalan movie that I watched was Split, and that movie. I remember when I did the review for it on Center for Cynics, I made the little pun that, like, interestingly enough, another thing that's split about this movie seems to be the reception. But there are a lot of people out there that think that movie's fucking brilliant. I don't see it, dude. Have you seen Split?
No, I don't know. I haven't watched any Shyamalan movies for a while. I just like.
I don't blame you. They're really fucking.
I mean, I've heard that he's gotten a little better since his really like bad downfall shit, but I'm not ready to fucking give it another chance. Like it was just he fucking burned me too many times for me to fucking go back. Like
yeah, I mean I've heard that Glass is really good, but the problem for me is that it incorporates James McAvoy's character from Split, who's horrible. Like I don't want to spend more time with that character. It sucked.
Well, then you probably wouldn't like it then. I don't know. I
liked Mr. Glass and I liked Bruce Willis from Unbreakable. So
I'm trying to think, but I wonder if Bruce Willis actually shows up in the fucking movie because
I think he does.
Because the more I've seen, well, I mean, I know he's in it,
Well,
but
he was
I mean,
in the teaser.
I just mean like, I wonder if he actually showed up. Is what I'm saying. Like Bruce Will, like like if he actually gave a shit. You know what I mean?
Performance wise,
because like I have like every Bruce Willis performance I've seen in the last like 15 years, maybe more, has been zombie Bruce Willis. Where he just kind of like he's dead eyed. He clearly doesn't give a shit.
Well, Rotten Tomato, this is what has given it a 36, and the audience is more favorable, 68%. So the audience seems to like it a lot more than the critics like it. Oh, fuck you, motherfucker.
I'm looking at Shyamalan's IMDb to see like when I actually checked out. So the last Shyamalan movie that I actually saw, I checked out at The Happening in 2008. I haven't seen anything he made since then. I did not see his Airbender. I refused to see that. After Earth looked retarded, and from all accounts, it is.
Oh, that's the worst.
I never saw The Visit.
I would watch.
I never saw Split. I never saw Glass.
I would watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, Shyamalan's version. I would watch that 10 times in a row before I watched After Earth again.
Oh man.
I will tell you that as far as I've seen, I have not seen Glass, but I've seen The Visit. I've seen everything up to Glass. Right. Literally. Like the only one I haven't seen of his major releases is Glass. And I will tell you, dude, I would watch any of his movies 100 times before I watched fucking After Earth again. After Earth was almost unwatchable. Oof. Just the premise is so stupid, and you're assaulted with so much stupidity. Like, I'm trying to find a way to explain this that would make sense. Sci-fi has a duty to take implausibility and make it seem like it's plausible, right? Like, and that movie doesn't. Like, that movie doesn't meet the burden. It remains something that you just raise your eyebrows at. So you've got this world, right, where these blind and deaf animals that hunt by sensing fear have invaded the planet, right? Human beings have guns. We see them being fired in the opening sequence, right? How these things aren't just immediately blown to smithereens by humanity, I don't know. But the way that they're actually dealt with makes even less sense. They create dudes who feel literally no fear. And they do this thing called ghosting so that they can get super close to these ultra dangerous, ultra large, strong beings and stab them. Why not just make all of those guys, give all those guys guns so that they don't have to get right in the face of the Eartha, so that their ghosting doesn't the whole premise of the film makes no sense. And it doesn't meet that fucking like implausibility, but it's plausible because the movie portrays it that way, burden at all.
Everything on this planet has evolved to kill you, Paul.
Yep. Even though humans have not existed on this planet for thousands of years.
Yeah, and all the species that relied on them would have gone extinct, but still, I don't know. Who the fuck knows, man?
Yeah, that movie's unwatchable. Filled to the brim with like shitty CGI too. Like really leans super heavily on shitball CGI.
And
I can see why
wasn't it like, didn't Will Smith like write the script or like commission the script or some shit too? Like it was like
he watched an episode of the Nat Geo, I think, or History Channel series I Shouldn't Be Alive, in which a father and son went on a mountain climbing trip. The father broke his leg and the son had to make something like 100-mile journey back to civilization on foot to save the father.
Right.
And so he was inspired to pitch a movie idea. He didn't write the script. He consulted on the script.
Right. But he came up with a story though.
Well, yeah, based on that. And some people say, and I think that there's a little bit of truth to it, based on the principles of Scientology as well.
Right. Gotcha.
So After Earth, Tomatometer, 209 reviews. So this is pretty accurate. 11% from the critics, audience 36%. Oh, dude, I found some very choice quotes here. Will Smith and M. Night Shyamalan, both at the peak of their respective, quote, Lost in the Woods career period. After Earth is a complete disaster. And the next guy is, I'm not sure where to begin with this movie. The cumulative result of all of these disasters is a weak, ugly, forgettable science fiction movie. It just goes on and on. Like, this movie gets eviscerated.
Yeah, dude. Jaden Smith is. I mean, Will Smith is real bad. He's another guy like Bruce Willis who, his last few roles that I've seen him in, he's listless. He brings none of that like peppy, upbeat.
Yeah, he used to have such charisma. Like, what happened?
God,
what happened to your charisma, Will Smith?
You guys should see Aladdin. If not for nothing else, just to see how bad Will Smith is.
I mean, I've heard Friend Like Me. That's all I. That's literally all I'll do. I will not watch that.
Oh my God! I thought they were done with those. What the fuck? He's scheduled to make Bad Boys 4.
Bad Boy for Life.
I thought Bad Boys for Life was supposed to be the swan song for that shit. And now it's like, I'm seeing right here on his fucking IMDb page, Bad Boys 4. He's going to be back playing Mike Lowry.
I'll tell you why. Bad Boys for Life made $427 million.
Well,
TJ.
I guess that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs another song.
Go. Like, at what point are they really too old for this shit? And at what point does that joke stop carrying the franchise? You know what I mean? Because from what I can tell from the trailers and the little snippets of Bad Boys for Life that I've watched, that's basically the premise. It's like,
you remember that terrible
Mike Lowry, I can't do it again, Mike Lowry. Listen to me, Mike Lowry, I'm too old for this bullshit. Mike Lowry, I done retired. What else can I do, Mike Lowry?
Let me ask you this. You guys remember that? Remember that stupid little Netflix movie he did where he was like a cop, but like it was like in a fairy tale land, but like a modern version?
Right?
Yeah. Remember that?
Bright, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
I haven't seen it,
but you guys remember that happened though, right?
Yes.
Oh, but TJ, we can't talk about that movie because I think it was a Max Landis movie and he's been canceled, TJ.
Oh, well, you know what? He might have been canceled, but Bright 2 ain't canceled.
Oh, shit.
I'm looking at it right now. Bright 2, going to be directed by David Ayer, who I guess that's the same dude. I guess did he direct the first one too? No, he didn't. But that's the dude who directed Training Day. You were just talking about that, so, you know.
You say David Ayer's directing it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he directed the first one.
He did? Okay, well, he's back. He's back to direct the second one now.
Okie dokie.
I didn't even think, I thought that was a flop. I thought no one even watched that garbage. Come on. But I guess they must have, because we're getting Bright 2. Oof. I hate when I go to these actors' IMDb pages and I see the shit that they're going to do, and it's like, oh my God, Bright 2, fucking Bad Boys 4. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, for years,
I'm gonna come on this page one day and it's gonna say like After Earth 2 on it, isn't it? It's gonna be like, I'm back. No. Cypher Rage is back, y'all.
That ain't come back. Dude, for years, Vin Diesel was attached to doing a movie about Hannibal, which is something I was like, oh, fuck yeah, make that movie. And then, of course, he just made more Fast and Furious movies. So, I guess, Diesel. You know, Hollywood does what it's gonna sell.
Vin Diesel sucks, man. I mean, I like him in the Riddick movies, I guess. He's literally.
I like him in the Riddick movies, but I was hoping like he's like, oh, he's gonna make a Hannibal movie. That'd be fucking cool. Like he could totally pull that off. And of course, they never end up making it. They just make Fast and Furious, 15.
So he's already on the fucking schedule right now to do Fast and Furious 9 and 10. Those are both happening. Those are both greenlit.
Ugh, garbage, dude.
He's gonna be in Avatar 2 apparently. Like, not Avatar The Last Airbender, but like James Cameron's Avatar. So he's going to be in that. And I guess he's doing a new Riddick movie called Furia, which probably will not be good, but I guess I'll hold out some hope because I really like that character.
If they do it more like they did the last one, then I have some hope for it. But I'm not like, oh man, it's going to be great for sure.
When Riddick is... Yeah.
Furia is the planet that Riddick is from, right?
Yeah, this is the plot summary. When Riddick finally finds his home planet, he has no idea what's in store for him.
I'm guessing necromongers.
Yeah, or something.
I actually like the Riddick movies, starting with the Pitch Black, which is actually a really good movie.
I actually like them. I actually like all three of them so far. So I guess.
Yeah, but the other two are a guilty pleasure of mine. The Chronicles of Riddick 1 and 2 are pretty bad movies that I really like watching.
Yeah, they're bad, but they're good. They're like fun bad. You know, like they're over the top, just like
especially
especially the fucking Chronicles 1 or whatever the fuck.
Well, yeah, Pitch Black is an awesome movie, and then they basically made Chronicles of Riddick something that like I had no idea where they were gonna go with that angle, but that didn't really work. They kind of did like almost a Conan-esque ending to that one. That was kind of just like, okay, you keep what you kill, whatever. The third one they made was they basically remade Pitch Black, but with some different monsters, which I was fine with. And Riddick I also like how that was, you know, what we were talking about earlier. Like, there's almost no exposition in that fucking movie. Like, the first like 30 minutes, just fucking Riddick, you know, just like surviving on this planet.
Riddick.
So I really like the third movie. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a guilty pleasure. I mean, there's definitely a lot of scenes that just it feels like played by the numbers, standard sci-fi, you know, fare. So I mean, I'm if we get something more like that, I would be content with that. But we do have to remember, two of those movies were very heavily, you know, basically inspired by the first film that came out. The second one, they pretty much just kind of like they kind of kept that. It's like, oh, the necromongers discarded me on this planet, you know. So obviously they could have a lower budget. But I'm still excited to see it. I mean, it's one of the only things Vin Diesel's doing that's actually interesting, you know. And he really had something with that character, but unfortunately, the second one bombed. You know, I just think they went too big in the scale with it.
While we're talking about, just real quickly, sci-fi properties that are kind of weird. Do you guys, by any chance, remember anything about this movie that I'm about to share with you here? It keeps getting recommended to me on Prime. I know I've seen it.
Let me see.
Screamers, dude.
I have never seen this movie.
So here's what I remember about it. It stars the guy that plays RoboCop in the original RoboCop. I can't remember what his name is. The guy that plays fucking Murphy.
Yeah. What's his fucking name?
It involves them crash landing on a planet where there's these robotic monsters called screamers that come at them from underground, and you can hear them coming because they. And that's all I remember about it. I remember that, and I remember I liked it. And I'm wondering if you've seen it recently and can tell me if it's worth fucking looking at or not.
The name you're looking for is Peter Weller.
Peter Weller, yeah.
Writer is Philip K. Dick. Short story, second variety. Dan O'Bannon, who worked on Alien.
Yeah. Also, cool. Dan O'Bannon wrote Return of the Living Dead as well. Or he wrote the screenplay for it.
Yeah,
and directed it.
And he directed it too, yeah. That's true. Screamers. I don't think I've ever seen Screamers. I'm pretty sure
I'm gonna
I haven't.
watch it then, because it keeps getting pushed in my face on fucking Amazon Prime. Movies we think you'll like, and the first thing on the list is Screamers, and I'm like,
Screamers.
Guess I'll check it out.
You gotta watch Screamers, kid.
Is that a grease trap, gentlemen?
That's a grease trap. Check out Screamers, everybody.
Yeah, watch Screamers.
Well, just so you guys know, 28% on Rotten Tomato, 45% audience score, but maybe it'll be one of the 45%.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of movies that I think are pretty great. They'd have shitty fucking rotten scores on Rotten Tomatoes, man. I take that website with a grain of me.
Yeah,
fair enough.
It has a 6.4 on IMDb. That's pretty respectable. So it clearly has its fans. Peace, y'all.
Peace.